Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chess and welcome back to another TR survival video. Actually, this one will be the continuation of Big Update Review part something I forgot. Is it part 8? Is it part 9 or part 10? I think part 8, right? Yeah, it's part 8 dot 2, I guess. It's the continuation from the part 8 dot 1. Anyway, in the part 8.1 we have done 100 mining permits, or using the 100 tickets to go mining for titanium in Magnitogorsk. And I already finished all of the 100 tickets. As you can see over here, I also have tallied up all the data, I guess, all from every single run that I did. um I would say this one is, I would say, quite accurate. I would say like 95% kind of accurate over here. The rest 5% is, like, I sometimes forgot what just happened, right? Like, every time like, especially the one that only has one encounter, but the one that encountered me, in the way of the exit. Therefore I had to combat over there. um it kind of messed me up, right, about the this one over here. But anyway, there's that. Okay, so these are all the data, right? So this is the entry number 1, entry number 2, entry number 3, 4, and so on until entry number 100. At the very bottom, as you can see over here, also this one, the amount of titanium ore. The first one I got 25. I think it's in the video, right? The first 10 was in the video, so there's that. Oh, I didn't mean to actually change that. 25, 20, 23, 28, 20, and so on and so on. Funny enough, I actually did a run in which I got 30, but it was only that one time only, and that's about it. Oh, actually, two then over here as well. But yeah, well, I guess two then. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's another one. So it's quite kind of quite rare to get 30. But as you can see over here, I got quite some 20s, right? Like one, two, three, 4 over here, and then there's also 5, and so on and so on. There's that. And then this one is the amount of encounter. It means that how many times I got ambushed. I mean, during every ticket that I did. So, for instance, this one, in the first entry, I got no encounter. It means there's no mutants that I need to kill. Therefore, it's 0, and then and so on and so on. This one's 1, and then 2. So yeah. For that, I think you can only get 0 to 2 encounters. I don't think 3 times is possible just yet. Maybe in the future, I'm not sure. And then this one, the table for the encounter 1 and encounter 2, if there is any, and like, what type of animals or mutants that I had to fight. In this case, this one combat only one time of encounter, and there I had to fight one hornet, one wasp, and one scorpion. This one's actually in the video as well, because the first 10, I showcased that in the video, right? So you can kind of tell already from the video about, like, what happened, right? And then this one I got only wasp, but there are 3 of them. So yeah, it's kind of a mix and match, right? But from this table, I noticed that you cannot get encountered by one mutant only. The fewest one is 2 over here, and it's Hornet, right? I don't think there's any other combination, like one Hornet, one Wasp. I think it's, like, it's always one Hornet, one Wasp, and one other thing, right? Or it's just straight up 2 Hornets, and that's about it. Like this example, right? There's only 2 Hornets, but that's just that. Um, this is encounter number 2. If it has to encounter, right? I put that next to that. Also, the amount of encounter that I did in total is 102 encounters. So, basically, there are a lot of encounter with zero, right? But also there are a lot of encounters that two time encounter. Therefore, this one's 102. Actually, let's see it from here. I think I make summary over here. Yeah, over here, the total encounter is 102. It means that I did that 100 times or 100 tickets. Therefore, the encounter amount is just about one every ticket, right? On average, anyway. So, even though there are zero encounters, where you don't have to fight anything, do not expect that to happen, like most of the case, right? Because over here, as you can see, the total encounter is only 102. Buy 100 tickets, that's just one encounter every one ticket, right? And that's about it. So yeah, even though that is zero, do not hope, or do not wish that you will get zero encounter all the time. That's really not the case. um Also, since we are here, might as well just talk about this table over here, right? And then next will be the chance for zero encounter is only 28% over here. So, 28% of the time that I did, that means 28 tickets out of 100 tickets that I did, I got no encounter whatsoever. I got no ambush. It means that I just went in, got the titanium alloy, titanium ore, and then I just went out safely as well without any encounter. And then this one is one encounter is about 42%. It means 42 out of 100. So yeah, and then the two encounters, it's 30% chance. I would say this one, because we only did 100 tickets, right? Only 100 mining permits. However, if we do like 1,000, right? I think the number will change about, like rounded up or down. So this will be like about 30%. And then, zero and two encounter is about 30%. And then, this one, the one encounter is about 40%, I think. But yeah, 100 permit or tickets are a lot, but I don't think that is enough to make this data to be, more, what is it like, basically the more data the more valid, right? I'm not saying that this data that I did is invalid, because it's still 100 is still a lot of tickets, right? But I'm just saying that the more I do, like added the more I add data, the more the data will be more valid, right? Basically, because the proof, right? It needs like real proof, basically. Um, so yeah. Anyway, next will be Hornet. So about 69% of the time, I or we will actually encounter Hornet. That's about 70%, I guess. So yeah, 70% out of the time, like 70 out of 100 tickets, one way or another, you will actually have to fight Hornet. And Hornet is actually quite the strongest mutant that you can find in the mining area. Apart, after that will be the Wasp, right? And then the Scorpion, and then the Spider. And then the Wasp itself is about 76%. I guess this is about 75%. Actually, that's more likely to happen than the Hornet, as you can see over here. The Wasp percent is higher than the Hornet, right? So, 3 out of 4 time you will actually have to fight the Wasp as well. And that's about it. And then the Scorpion is about 36% out of your entire run, basically. And then the Spider is about 28%. And I know like all this doesn't add up to 100, right? This percent is based on the total encounter, and the amount of encounter that contains that mutant specifically. So here in this case, then the Hornet takes up about, I would say, 70 then, or 69 out of 100 to encounter over here. So I just counted basically which encounter has hornet, like let's say this one, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc., and then I divided that by the total encounter. So it means that it's the encounter for hornet, right? According to the amount of encounter that I had. So this all of this doesn't add up to 100%, because I use the base as the total encounter, and that's about it. And then yeah, the wasp will be will most likely appear, and you have to fight that. And after that will be the hornet. It can be like either combination, right? Like three wasps or one hornet, one wasp, or one wasp, one spider, one scorpion, etc., etc., right? But essentially this is like the percent chance, like 75% of time, and then 70% of the time for hornet. So it means that 70% of the time you will most likely happen to have wasp and hornet at the same time, right? 70% out of time, and then for the wasp it increased by 5% even more individually. But yeah, the total carcass that I achieved from all of these is 311. That's about Hornet 87, and then Wasp 138, and then Scorpion 45, and Spider 41. As you can see over here, it kind of match up with the percent as well, like because we encounter more wasp than hornet. It means that we also got more wasp carcass compared to hornet, right? And then the scorpion 36, this is 45, and then spiders 28, this one's 41, just slightly under the scorpion, right? um Also, this is based on the total carcass as well as 100%. It means that the Hornet 87 out of the 311, it means that 27, about 28% of the time, you will get the carcass out of those carcass, I guess. Like the percent out of your total carcass found. Now, in this case, these all sum up to 100% because I base this the amount of carcass of each individual um compared to the total amount of carcass, right? So in this case, all of these add up to 100%. And then yeah, basically the Hornets 28% was 44%. I guess that's about 45 or 40, around that range, right? And then Scorpion 14th, and then Spider 13. So basically you will get more wasp generally, right? Like almost 50%, right? So almost half of your total carcass from the carcass that you got from the mining area will be wasp, and that's it. And then hornets about 30%, and then the other slot, I guess, divided into scorpion and spider, and that's about it. Also, I did all of this in 2.5 to 3 hours, including the tallying every single, like every single run that I took. And I took a note, right? I filled that in this Excel over here. And then yeah, it's actually quite a lot of time. So yeah, this actually probably is the most, not the most, but this one actually took up a lot of my time to make this video, especially the part 8 one, because I actually used a lot of time just to do this. So yeah, 3 hours, that's a lot of time. Also, this includes me taking a break every now and then as well, like like every hour, I guess. I think I took a break like 5-10 minutes or so, something like that. But yeah, anyway, so there's that. That's the time elapsed, I guess, for doing the whole thing. And then actually, let's go up over here. The total titanium over here, that I got from this 100 mining permit or ticket. I got 2400, 2450 titanium ore. That's actually a lot of ore, and that's basically, two ore makes up one alloy. So that's about 1200, right? 1200 titanium alloy at in total, right? That's actually a lot of I mean that's kind of the same, I guess. But yeah, so basically total titanium is 2452, so that's 100 mining ticket. It means I got on average 24.5 ores per run or per ticket basically. Um, and that's about 12 alloy per ticket as well, which actually increased since the previous one. I believe also the minimum and maximum, as you can see over here, is 20 and 30. So the least amount of titanium ore that you can get is 20, and then the most titanium ore that you can get is 30, as you can see over here. But don't actually rely on 30 because I only got two times that actually gave me 30. So yeah, that's actually 20. The amount of times I got 20 is much more than the times I got 30 basically. So yeah, that's why the average is at 24.5 and not 25 because of that basically. So yeah, there's that. That means we got 12 alloy per run. As I said before, it's actually increased. In the old version, I believe it was 5 to 15 alloy or ore. But one ore means one alloy. So yeah, like 5 to 15, that average in 10, right? And then 10 divided no 10 10 ore into 10 alloy in the old version, that's still 10 alloy, right? In this case we only got 12, not only but more like we got two more alloy per ticket. That's actually very great. Like yeah, basically it got buffed, right? Because there's some changes, right? Like the titanium ore that we get now doubles, but it also requires double um, or to take up the alloy as well. So yeah, there's that. And then this is just basically the thing that I use, which is rifle ammo and rocket, handmade rocket launcher. I spent 3100, I guess, and 100 rocket generally. So that's about 32 rifle ammo per run, and then also one rocket per run as well, because I did 100 mining permits, right? So this should be divided by 100, this also divided by 100, and that's about it. 32 ammo to get 12 alloy. That's actually quite a decent amount of um, decent value. I mean, like it means that divided by 24. So what is that like? Yeah, like one alloy will take at the most 1 to 1.5, right? 1 and 1.5 ammo per alloy. So that's actually not that bad. If you ask me, it's quite cheap. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. And then the weapon that I use are Saipuha, PKM, and rocket launcher, as well as polar armor as well. And this is the repair count. Basically, 100 mining permits. I repaired these weapons over here and polar armor for this amount of time. So I 6 time repair my Saipuha, and then I repair my PKM 10 times, rocket launcher 15 times, and polar armor 12 times. Actually, this is I believe this is from run 11 to 100. So you might add like one or two more into this repair count potentially, because I actually haven't added the one from the video as well, from entry 1 to entry 10. During this period I also repaired some stuff, I think. So yeah, increase one to each of these, I guess. But yeah, but that's about it, I guess. Repair amount or repair count is a lot, especially the rocket launcher. Polar armor is fine, I guess, 12. So that's about one repair every 10, right? That's actually nice. One repair every 10, that's actually a lot. And then rocket launcher, what is it like? One and a half repair every 10, which is again still fine, right? PKM also one every one, and then I mean 1 every 10, and then the Saipua is 1 every 20. About just about that. So yeah. Anyway, that's all. I think the tally up for the data for the mining permit, 100 mining permit that we did in the previous video. In part 8.1 basically, and this is part 8.2, right? Um, so yeah, 100 mining permit. It sounds like kind of few, but again, if you do it yourself, you will know how long it takes, right? Because again, I myself did this in 3 hours. That's actually a lot of time wasted, I would say, just to make this, right? Especially when it doesn't really matter, right? Because usually the question will be, what's the average amount of titanium ore that you can get, right? Well, I guess that's kind of answered already, which is 24. The minimum is 20, the maximum is 30, and that's about it, right? And then this is the Hornet. I guess the chance of encounter over here actually quite nice. It means that 70% of the time you will fight Hornet, so you have to be ready for that, right? As well as 75% or 76% for Wasp. So yeah, also the amount of encounter for zero encounter and two encounter is kind of the same. But in general, in average, you will get one encounter every one. It means that though it can have zero encounter, you should not rely on that because that's only 30% of the time anyway, and the other 70% you either have to have encounter for one or two encounters, like in one go. So that's actually not, I mean, not kind of easy, right? I mean, not, realistically speaking, you don't expect to always have zero encounter. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, um I think that's it. What else? Yeah, in the previous one, I talked about how difficult it is, right? Also, I think, if I remember correctly, I didn't actually note that over here for injuries, basically. So I think I went back to Magneto quite few times, like about 5 times, I think, off cam, and cure my injuries and yeah, injuries from the NPC as well. Because if you don't know about it, for some reason the NPC actually can heal you, can cure all your injuries. So that's actually quite nice, especially when you get like your ribs fractured, right? Like fractured ribs. That actually will take about 10 days, I think. And that's actually quite a long time. And I would say just go to the NPC, go to the nurse, and then the nurse will actually remove that injury instantly. With the exchange of your currency. Like, for instance, in Magneto, that's using iron nuts, right? I think that's also not that expensive. So there's that anyway. So yeah, but it's still okay, I guess. I know in the video I used Alpha Salon, just because I actually haven't realized that just yet. Because we were in the mining area, but it's close to Magneto, right? So I kind of forgot that Magneto is actually there, and I can just go to the NPC. But yeah, anyway, I think that'll be it for today's episode about Big Update Review Part 8.2 to be specific, which is tallying up the data for 100 mining permits. I hope you got something from this. Like here, right? At least you get something like encounter. You will, in average, get one encounter every run. So do not expect to have zero, like I have already said, right? And yeah, I think that's about it. You got more titanium ore, yes, but also the cost to make titanium alloy also doubled, right? So it's kind of, I guess, I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? But yeah, anyway, I think that'll be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, healthy. I will see you again in the next episode of Pick Up the Review. I guess I already recorded the other parts, actually, funny enough, because I actually started doing this about 2 weeks since I'm recording this. So yeah, that's about 3 weeks, I guess, from your perspective of the time this video is released. So yeah, it happened like already happened 3 weeks ago, and it also was what is it like? I had lots of stuff right in real life, therefore I couldn't actually manage to record this tally and make the tally as well. And yeah, took me about 2 weeks actually to record this, just because it's kind of difficult to I kind of wanted I kind of confused about should I just screenshot this or should I show you guys the Excel over here so that you can see the data or what, right? I kind of confused, but yeah, I spent too much time worrying about that, and I just decided to just make this casual Excel video, I guess, about that. So yeah, anyway, I think that'll be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you again very soon, and see ya.